What's up, guys? This is Subleaf Gaming, and today I wanted to do something because basketball season's almost over. Basketball season's been over for my Portland Trail Blazers, and I think it was Young Nero do this for the Lakers, and I thought it would be a good idea to try this out for the Trailblazers. So today we are going to be giving every Trailblazer, everyone here from Damian Lillard all the way down to Dennis Smith Jr., Jerron Cumberland, CJ Elleby, all of them. We're just going to be giving them a grade rank based on how they did as far as my expectations, how, they do good, bad, whatever. So anyways, before the video starts, just remember, subscribe. I'm almost to 300 subscribers. It would mean a lot if you could just hit the red button. But anyways, also, let's get right into the video. We are gonna go by we're gonna go by age, actually. So we're gonna start with the younger and go to the older down the line. So if you wanna see Damian Lillard, Robert Covington, Larry Nance, Norman Powell, Nurkic, all of them, they'll be towards the end of the video if you wanna just skip around or whatever. If you're just there for them. Anyways, let's start with the younger guy, Keon Johnson. I think we got him from the Clippers, and I didn't really watch very much towards the end of the season, but I didn't really expect very much from him. Obviously, he started a few games for the Blazers. He played most of them for the Blazers after the trade deadline, and yeah, from my knowledge, he played okay. He took a pretty big step up from when he played against the Clippers. I'm going to go ahead, just give him a C+. I don't really know what I was expecting from him, but probably more than I should have. He probably gave me more than I should have expected. Let's go right now to the rookie second round draft pick, our highest draft pick this year, Greg Brown. Obviously an amazing dunker. Still a bit of a prospect. Still, he's a rookie. He's got a lot of room to grow. And I think we did see some flashes of greatness from him this year. Obviously, he played forward position. He was able to knock down some threes. He put on some crazy dunks, highlight reel level dunks, dunk contest level dunks. Get this man in the dunk contest. I'm not even joking. Get him in the dunk contest. He didn't start very many games, which is unfortunate because the Blazers were buns this year after the trade deadline, and he totally should have got some starts. But overall, I'm going to give him an A-. Second round draft pick. Usually they don't do very well, but for a guy that's on his rookie year, second round draft pick, he showed that he's got the stuff. Now, Trendon Watford, I'm just going to say it right now, A+, S tier, whatever. Undrafted guy, was able to come in and start a few games, be crazy good off the bench. Played some small forward, some power forward, some center. Had some crazy highlights, has amazing upside that he was able to show. And honestly, I'm just really impressed by the way that he played. I could have swore he started more games, but whatever. But yeah, Trendon Watford, A+, top of the... I had no expectations for him, and he played really well. Reggie Perry, I think that was someone who got a few 10 days, and then he got signed at the end of the season. Yeah, he played a game for Indiana. I didn't know that. But yeah, didn't really expect much from him. I don't think we got crazy stuff from him. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a C. That's because a C is right. I got right about what I expected from him. Damn, he didn't shoot very well from three. I mean, he's a big guy, power forward. I think he played a little bit of center. So they're not really expected to shoot very many threes. I think we got right about what I expected from him. CJ Elleby, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. Not an F, even though a lot of people would say that he played like garbage for someone who started 30 games for us, but he's still a young guy, second round draft pick a few years ago, straight out of Washington. He went to WSU, and you gotta respect that. You really do gotta respect that. I'm go ahead and give him a D, just because he did show that he's still he's still young, he's still a prospect. He can still do some good things on and off the court. Should he have started 30 games? Probably not. But guess what? He's on the Blazers, and the Blazers after the trade deadline were pretty bad. I don't think I've stressed that enough. But yeah, D for CJ Elleby. Nassir Little, he was playing amazing until he got hurt. Go ahead and give him. I mean, a lot of people were expecting him to take a big jump up. He was able to take that big jump up until he got hurt. Obviously, that's not his fault. I'm not going to be counting injuries as like a way to discount players because that's out of their control. But I'm going to go ahead and give him a B+, B-, just because I was one of those people who expected him to take a big jump up. He did. It's respectable. He was able to go up from 5 points a game to 10 points a game, and you could see all of the changes that he was able to make to get better. Not only through the stat sheet, but through the way he played, through the way that he was able to through his technique. You understand? But yeah, hopefully Nassir Little makes a good comeback next year and really shows us who he is, and that he's able to take that jump. So B- for Nassir Little. Didi Lozola was one of those players who I think we got from the Pelicans. Young guy. I think he was he was a second-round pick a few years ago. And honestly, I don't really know what I expected from him, and he didn't really do crazy amounts of much. So I'm going to go ahead and just give him a C, because I don't really think whatever. Brandon Williams, another undrafted guy. He came in towards the end of the season. He was one of the bright spots for the post-trade deadline Blazers. He was able to play extremely well. He was able to score. He was able to play make. He had some. I don't remember if it was him that had some sloppy turnovers or if it was someone else. But again, undrafted guy, really great upside. Just you love to see it. I'm gonna go and give him a B+. Anthony Simons. Oh my God. Let's go ahead and say he made a jump from someone who was a massive liability a few years ago, his sophomore year, to someone who could possibly next year be the most improved player, be a massive role on the team next year. He was a massive role on the team this year as well when Damian Lillard went out, both before and after. And honestly, if he didn't get hurt and if he wasn't sitting out, because let's be real, he probably shouldn't have. Yeah, he was dealing with injuries. It was probably safe for him to sit out. But yeah, massive jump up, giving Anthony Simons an A+, actually. Just you love to see it. Like seriously, 8 points to 17 points, and you could see how he improved both not only through the jump up in the stat sheet, but how he was able to play his highlights. Just magnificent. Elijah Hughes, another player that I guess I didn't really see much of him. I guess he started a few games. I didn't really expect much from him, along with a lot of the other players we got from those trades at the trade deadline. I guess he has a bit of an upside. I guess he probably could turn into something down the line. I just don't know how long that's going to take. I'm going to go ahead and give him a C. I don't really expect much from him. Jerron Cumberland. Hello? Started 3 games, played 4 minutes. I don't know who that is, but I don't even need to click on them. They're getting enough. Same with Cameron McGriff. Okay, that's another undrafted guy, I think. I don't know. I don't really know who that is or care. But it looks like they played okay. I'm guessing it's a 10-day contract. They'll get a C. Dennis Smith Jr. Oh my, why? I'm still wondering why the Blazers cut Dennis Smith Jr. Yeah, he was dealing with a few injuries, but when he was healthy, he's still a young player at 24, and when he was playing healthy, he was playing amazing defense for a guard. That's something that the Blazers need. They need defense, especially at the two guard positions, and because Damian Lillard, he's not a great defender. He's known for shooting threes, making amazing shots. Anthony Simons, again, he's not a great defender. He's still young. He can work on it, but not a crazy good defender. And I don't really know much about the other younger guys, but Dennis on the roster right now. But Dennis Smith Jr., we cut this guy. He was playing great defense. He wasn't really like a scoring option, but he was able to get some buckets. He was able to make some good plays. You could pretty much watch this guy and be like, yeah, this guy, he could turn out to be pretty good if he's utilized the right way. And after an amazing game with the Lakers, I remember watching that. He got cut, like, I think it was the day after. Also, with Cody Zeller got cut same day. Give this man a B. I'm really hoping that maybe next season he ends up on a roster because he's really good. He could be a real asset to a contender. And it's just unfortunate that this is just how it be for him right now. Drew Eubanks, oh my gosh, came in on a few 10 days towards the end of the year. Oregon native, you'll love to see it. Obviously, that's someone who is fighting for scraps on the Spurs. He got cut and then ended up on the Blazers, right back in his home state, which is amazing. But yeah, he started all 22. Wow, I didn't know it was like that. He took a massive leap. Like, you'll love to see it. Played amazing. He was able to play just pretty good. Just pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him A minus because when I first saw that he got signed, I'm like, oh, really? We can't just bring back Dennis Smith Jr.? I won't shut up about Dennis Smith Jr. I will not shut up. He needs to be on a roster. He needs to be on a roster. Like, but obviously, signing Eubanks was probably the right choice. You'll love to see it. Oregon native popping off in his home state. Now, Justice Winslow, when we traded for this guy, I was like, seriously? You gotta be kidding me. But here's the thing. In the 10, 11, 12, whatever games he played, oh, it's right here on the stat sheet. 10 games, 11 games started. In the 10 games that 10, 11, whatever, you were able to see that he was just goated. Obviously, he has become a favorite with a lot of the Blazers fans that I know. And I'm just going to go ahead and give him a B because I was expecting him to come off the bench, be kind of mid. He was a lot better than mid, I'll tell you that. But yeah, go ahead and give him a B, B+, whatever. And Keljin Blevins. He's kind of become kind of a meme amid the Trailblazers fans. Just like, it's funny because he's only on the team because he's either like a brother or cousin to Damian Lillard. But last year he played like he was only on the team because he was related to Damian Lillard. But this year, when they needed him to step up, he did. He hit a game winner against the Lakers. Just show LeBron who's boss, really. And for someone who I didn't really expect anything, honestly, I didn't really expect much. He really took a big step, and I feel like if he can keep working on his flaws in the offseason, he does have a lot of them, granted. He's the end of the rotation player. But if he can just put in the work, not run from the grind, ooh, yeah. But yeah, I can see Keljin Blevins being a really good NBA player in the future. He did a lot more than I expected him to this year. Go ahead and give him an A-. Really, just go to the activities. Josh Hart, we traded for this guy when we traded away CJ McCollum. Obviously, he was... I don't remember if he started for the Pelicans, and he was pretty good. And then we trade for him, 45-point game, where he played amazing. And I don't remember if we won that game or not. I think we did. We only won like 1 or 2 games after the trade deadline. But yeah, it looks like he averaged around 20 points. I didn't know it was that much. I didn't think he averaged as much, but obviously this is a guy that he is on the older side. He's 27. I think he turned 26 or 27 recently. Obviously, great guy. He's a bucket. He's a gamer. Okay, I have to give him A+ for being a gamer. Personal bias aside, I do think he's around an A. He took a massive step up on the Blazers, and you love to see it. Chris Dunn. That's someone who he played for the Bulls back when they were pretty bad, and then right when they were getting good, he didn't come back, and he's been kind of just been scrounging for a roster spot recently. He played for the Falcons, not the Falcons, the Hawks. Why did I say the Falcons? What is wrong with me? He got a few 10 days for the Falcons. I keep saying the Falcons, the Hawks, and then he got a contract with the Blazers, and I think he played okay. He's another defensive guard, and I didn't really watch much of him, but from what I've heard, he's been pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a B. This was someone who, again, was almost out of the rotation, 10-day, almost out of the league, and he came back and he played well. So you love to see it. Nurkic, played 56 games, started 56 games. He got injured again, which seems to be a repeating trend, which is unfortunate, but that just happens in the game of basketball. So, and it did look like he was playing well. He obviously has a lot of things to work on. He is not the Nurkic that we knew when we were having that playoff run, and he got hurt right before he got hurt, which was on my birthday, by the way. Like, happy birthday! One of your favorite players just had a fucking crazy injury. Yeah. Yeah. But obviously, Nurkic is one of my favorite players. You'll love to see it. And honestly, he played around what I expected him to. I know a lot of Blazers fans don't think he's washed. I know a lot of Blazers fans think he's the second coming of Greg Oden if he never got hurt until he did. A lot of Blazers fans think he's a top 10 center. Personally, I think he's close to top 10 center if we can get him back to before he got hurt, which was, I think it was around here. Yeah, this where he averaged 18, or almost 18. I think that was the season. It might not have been. No, it wasn't. It was... Which one was it? Honestly, I don't remember. All the years are just mushing themselves together. But obviously, he's one of my favorite players. I think he could be very good. But he's still pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a B. Ben McLemore. This guy, I remember him being on the Kings, being really good, and then he just completely fell off a cliff, unfortunately. On the Blazers, I kind of started to see a little bit of that Kings Ben McLemore. Obviously not the athleticism where he was throwing down crazy dunks, but still, I was able to see just flashes of the player that we thought he was going to be. And obviously, he's still 28. He still probably has a lot in the tank. And I'm just glad we were closer to Kings Ben McLemore than Lakers Ben McLemore, where he was okay. We got better than okay. We got better than mid from him, and that's really good. So I'm gonna give him a B-. Norman Powell was a guy that I was really excited when we traded for him last year. And then we ended up going with some janky 3-guard rotation with him being 6'3" at small forward, which I was not a fan of. Obviously, Chauncey Billups and Joe Cronin wanted to get rid of that. And by doing that, they brought in Josh Hart, which doesn't make sense at all. But whatever. He played really well. It's unfortunate that he got traded, but it looks like he played really good for the Clippers when he was able to play those few games after getting healthy again. Go ahead and give him a C+, honestly, because I really expected him to take that next big leap with the Blazers. He really didn't, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Cody Zeller. This was a guy who started for the Hornets. Did he start? Whatever. He was a top 30 center, and we were getting him as a backup to Nurkic, which was amazing to me. Obviously, he was dealing with some injury stuff, and that ended up having him get cut because he was dealing with some injury stuff. But when he was playing, I thought he played really well. And hopefully he does end up on a roster spot next year. I'm going to go ahead and give him a C+. He went in, and when he played pretty decent. And that's about it. Larry Nance. This was a guy coming in from Cleveland. Obviously, Cleveland was not very good last year. They were amazing this year. And he came in. He was able to do the stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Amazing defense, amazing hustle, and it's just you love to see it in really anyone, especially role players who should honestly be starting. I would have loved to see him start more over Robert Covington, and it's unfortunate he got traded to the Pelicans, and it just be like that, but. For someone who I expected to be a decent role player, and he was able to show that he wanted that starting spot, and he was able to take that next step, and it's just really unfortunate how it didn't work out for him in the Blazers. But I'm gonna go ahead and give him a B. Really good player for the Blazers this year, and for the Pelicans too. Tony Snell. Do I even need to emphasize on this? F. He came in for the Blazers, and obviously this was a guy that's like, oh my god, he shot 100% from the free throw one. He shot 100% from free throw this year, apparently. What? Obviously, we would have wanted him to come in, just be like a shooter who would shoot wide open shots, and he came in and he was used for more than that, and he played like crap because of it. Now obviously that's probably not his fault. Everyone on the Blazers roster ended up getting hurt at some point or another, and he had to do that stuff, but he wasn't really able to step up when he needed to, and it just be like that, I guess. So F, D-, whatever. I don't care at this point. CJ McCollum. One of the last three. If I'm just going with him on the Blazers, I would give him the B+, just because he was hurt for a good chunk of the beginning of the season. He played well for the Blazers. He was able to step up on defense, which is really, really good. The Blazers need better defense. And he was traded, obviously, because his contract was looked at as a negative, and they wanted them off the books. Obviously, the Blazers are gonna try and get someone in free agency. I'm not gonna comment on that because that's something that hasn't happened yet. But when he came in for the Pelicans, if we're including how he played for the Pelicans and how he was able to get them from the 11th seed, 12th seed, whatever seed, and him and Brandon Ingram and Jose Alvarado and how they all meshed together, he would be an A+. And honestly, I'm putting him at an A+, just because you'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. And he was able to take the 1 seed, Phoenix Suns, and make it, instead of 1 seed really easily beats the 8 seed, he was able to make it a series, and you love to see it. You really do. And yeah, just A+ for the guy. It's unfortunate that he's not on the team anymore. If there's a CJ McCollum jersey somewhere, I'm absolutely gonna buy it, probably because it's gonna be cheap if it's a Blazers jersey. But you love to see it. You love to see the guy succeed. Robert Covington, D-. When we traded for the guy, I think last year, the year before, we expected him to be a guy who could knock down open shots. He could be a defensive centerpiece. And last year he was. This year, he was pretty far from it. He was a liability on offense, which we didn't really need him to be a good guy on offense, but he was way worse than we expected. Obviously, for the Clippers, that changed. He put up like a 50-point game, I think, which is crazy. And yeah, I don't know if you look at the guy. If you looked at the guy play for the Blazers this year, obviously our defense with or without him was really bad. So obviously, probably that's not his fault at all. Go ahead and give him a D-. And the last player, Damian Lillard, probably my favorite player of all time. I got the Lillard jersey on right now. He got hurt. Hurt in the season earlier, and along with something he's been dealing with for a long time, he was out for the season. I don't know where to put him, because really, him being out, he could have probably come back in. Oh my God, there's a bug. He probably could have come back in not halfway, but like towards the end of the season. But obviously, this is something that he's been dealing with for a long time. It's something he's probably going to deal with for a very long time. And really, this is banking on him coming back completely healthy next season. And if he can do that, this is absolutely like a B-, whatever for him. But if he comes back next year and he isn't playing very good, he's playing like he was at the beginning of the season, which was okay, I guess. It's going to be an F season. I'm sorry to do that to my favorite player, but I guess it'd be like that. Is that everyone? I could have swore there were some other players. While I'm at it, I might as well just talk about like who I want in the NBA draft. It would be great if the Blazers could slide up and get Chet, Paolo, or whatever. But I've also heard Nikola Jovic's name being thrown around. I don't really know much about the guy, but it seems like he's okay, I guess. And I don't really know much about the draft. If you want to know more about like the NBA draft or who the Blazers should take, Blazers Uprise is obviously the way to go for that. And they've also, I'm going to plug them one more time, they're doing an in-depth about every player. Like, obviously, I'm just going over the basics and stuff. If you want to go watch their series on that, I highly recommend it. I might as well just look at Jerron Cumberland. 3 games, 4 minutes, 1 shot, 2 shots attempted, 1 made. Jesus Christ. Like, why? Maybe there's something I'm missing with that, but whatever. Yeah, that's actually gonna be it for me. Hopefully the Blazers do better next year. Hopefully. This is big maybe. But yeah, that's it for me. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I am coming up on my 100th video, and it's going to be a big one. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy that and stay notified for that. But yeah, see y'all in the next episode, and peace out.